visual art teacher, and I'm going to teach you how to do chocolate fudge today. Is it? It says I'm live. I'll just keep going. I'm going to teach you how to do chocolate fudge and chocolate brownies, and it's super easy. They're my cheat recipes. I love doing these because they're like super simple, and I try to make it as simple as possible because I don't have a lot of time. So I like to cheat when I cook or when I bake. So what we need to do for chocolate fudge first is, you can see there is a huge amount of chocolate, copious amount of chocolate. So you want to have about 500 grams of is it going? I can't see anymore. 500 grams of chocolate and a knob of butter, and then you put your condensed milk in it, which is about nearly 400 grams. So it's about a tin of condensed milk. Okay. So a knob of butter, 500 grams of chocolate, and about 400 grams of condensed milk. So as you can see, that is going to be amazing. So I cheat. So that's all your ingredients. That's it. That's pretty much it. 3 ingredients. And I like to put it in the microwave because that's cheating and it's good fun. So we put it in the microwave. And it's gonna take a while because there's a lot of chocolate. So I'm going to let that melt a bit, and then for the chocolate brownies, how do you want to put the chocolate brownies? Start melting the chocolate brownies? I have an assistant. So what I do want to do for the chocolate fudge is, you can fill it with anything. You can put like lots of different ingredients in it, or you can just have it plain. It's totally up to you. My favorite is fruit and nuts. I love fruit and nuts. You can use orange, you can use lime, you can use so many things that you can use. So I'm going to chop up the fruit and nuts so that you can just have it. These are just like sultanas, almonds, I think there's walnuts, and just to make it a little bit easier. So I put it in the microwave for a minute, so I'm going to take it out. I'm going to stir it, because you have to be careful. You don't want the chocolate to burn, but you do want it to melt. So it should be getting like this, if you can see it. I can't see any questions or anything because the page is going a bit funny. So give it a little bit of a stir. So it's already kind of getting melted. Okay, I'm going to put it back in. So another minute. So I usually do it for like a minute. So a minute stir, because you don't want it to get too, what's the word for it? You don't want to burn it. That's a disaster. That amount of chocolate and burning, that is a disaster. Okay, so I'm going to chop up a little bit more. So I was thinking of other mixtures that you could put into the fudge. I think Oreos could be nice as well. Crush up some Oreos. Orange, I love orange. But the thing with orange is that if you put orange into the fudge, it does this weird thing. It like makes it split or something. I don't know what it is. But it doesn't. Don't use the orange juice. Just use the orange rind, so you can grate it and put it on top. You need to stir because it's Pedro. You need to stir the thing. I have it. My assistant is going to do the brownies. Okay, so that's another minute. So as you can see, it's like a thick chocolate soup. Definitely need to do more workouts now because of this. So give it a little stir, because the thing about fudge is that you don't want to stir it too much. Because if you stir it too much, it goes really horrible. So I think that's actually good. I put it in for another, maybe just another 30 seconds, because the butter is still there. Okay. So I've done all the almonds and the walnuts. And what else? Let's see. So orange, red, Oreos. You could do so much. I'm trying to think of other ones that I put in. Oh, peanut butter. Peanut butter is really good if you put peanut butter into the fudge as well. What else? So that was another 30 seconds. So it should be, yeah, it's pretty good now. So you want to get all the lumps out of it. But you can't stir it too much. So that's just the tricky part, is that you don't want to stir it way too much, because otherwise it will get split. I think it's the term. I don't know what it's really is. So that's, oh my god, look at that. Okay, so that's actually it. I can't stir it anymore. So if you can see, it's like this. So it's really good. So now I'm going to, so if you wanted to do like a half and half mixture, you could pour some in and then put some orange peel or something onto it. I've got 2 of these tins, or glass containers, and I just put some greaseproof paper on it and a little bit of butter to stick it, because I forgot one time, and trying to get it out was a disaster. It was stuck, it was like cement, couldn't get it out. So if you need a little bit hanging over like this, that way you can just pull it out when it's finished. Okay, I'm going to put in most of the fruit and nuts. Now, as I said, this is my favorite filling, but you can add whatever you want or not. You can just like pour it into that and that's it. So I'm going to stir it just a little bit because I don't want it to go gloopy. So that's good, yeah. So I'm going to be doing Mr. Lee and Mr. Andrew's workout after all this. Okay, so then what you have to do is pour it into your containers. Whatever you want to use. You can make them into all different shapes as well if you want. You can have fun with it. I like them really thick, so that's why I have smaller ones. But if you want them thinner, you can get a bigger container and put it into that. So there we go. Put half of it in here. Oh my god. Like cement. Okay, and then you try to spread it around so you make it nice and. Look at that. That's a work of art. Okay, and then you can put some of the fruit and nut on top. I'm going to do the other one. So I'm going to give these to some of my neighbors because there's no way with the chocolate brownie it's going to be really bad. So they're going to be happy with me. Okay, so that's it. So then you spread it out. So 3 ingredients, that's it. Chocolate, condensed milk, and a bit of butter. And then you put the fruit and nuts or whatever flavoring if you want, or if you don't, that's totally up to you. And then the topping here as well. You can push it down a little bit because they can pop out a bit. I can't see anything, so I don't know if people. Oh, thanks, Dash. Who's that? Ooh, yes, it's really good. Okay, so that's it. That's it. How long was that? 10 minutes? Dun dun dun. Okay, and then you just put it in the fridge and about 2 to 5 hours. 2 hours, you know. 2 hours. Pull it out with your little things, cut them, and then you're in happy land. Okay, chocolate brownie time. So, this is a recipe that I've adapted. I love Jamie Oliver's 30 minutes cookery book, but I kind of adapted it a bit because it wasn't quick enough. So I just put, is it ready? Can I have it? Okay. Thank you, my assistants. Okay, so in the pot, I can just keep everything in the pot. It's just a pot, okay? So in the pot, I've melted I haven't, my assistant has. I have melted 200 grams, I don't know if you can see that, 200 grams of chocolate with 250 more or less of butter. So that's a lot of butter. So you just let it cool a little bit, but then I like to add the sugar because then the sugar kind of dissolves a bit, but easier. So the sugar, it's 200 grams, or what I like to say, a bowl, like one of these, because I can't be measuring everything out to perfection. And then whisk. Okay, then you can, if it's still a bit warm, so I'm not going to add the eggs yet or it'll go scrambledy goop. Okay, so then I'm going to add the cocoa powder, which is, that's just, I always get these ones confused between the flour and the butter, so that's why I wrote that. It's six tablespoons, that's all. 6 tablespoons. Pop it in there. Give it a wee whisk. Just put it in lumps. Sean and Pedro are going to be really happy now with all this chocolate overload. Okay, then with the flour, it's 4 tablespoons. So 6 cocoa, 4 flour. Sometimes I put in a little bit more, but I think 4 is fine. 4. Ta-da! Okay, so that was the chocolate, the butter, the cocoa, and then the flour. And it's getting cool now, so I can put my eggs in next. Okay, so it's a bit grainy now. It looks a bit gloopy. I always make this for the kids in school for their, if they're having some birthdays, or if we have a special occasion, or if it's Miss Alex's birthday. She likes this, so we had that the last time. And then a little bit of baking powder. Baking powder is not baking, and a little bit of salt for a bit of flavor. Just a little bit, tiny bit, and then it's time for my eggs to cook. Yeah, it's okay. So you can put in 4 eggs. Some people I know like to put in 6, but that's living dangerously, I think. Put in 4. And give it a little whisk. And that's it. So your brownie mixture is done. Now, if you want to go a little bit daredevil, you can add stuff to this too. Like some cherries, cut up cherries. You can put in strawberries. Oh, strawberries are really good. Strawberries are so good. Put up some strawberries. Orange. You can put some orange. The rinds. Yeah. What's the word I'm trying to think of? The zest, yeah, the zest. And that's it. Now, ooh la la. That is my spoon. So, I don't normally make brownie and chocolate fudge together because, as you can tell, it's so rich. Oh, if you want to, okay. So for your container to put in the oven, you can put like a little bit of butter or oil around it if you want. But I tell you, it's fine. You can cut it. It's no real problem. Or a little bit of greaseproof paper, but I'm living dangerously. I think it'll be okay. A little bit of butter if you don't want it to stick, but it hasn't in the past, so I'm going to just go with that. And that's your chocolate brownie. You pop it in the oven for about 180 for about 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. And you want you want it to not be really, really hard. Well, not hard, but spongy. You want it to wobble just a little bit. Because it's really lovely when it's gooey and it's not completely cooked. So then you just pop it in the oven. That's it. Ta-da! Was that 10 minutes too? That was 5 minutes. So you've got your fudge and your chocolate brownie in 15 minutes. Let's see if there's any questions. Yes, that definitely is food for the soul and food for the hips. Okay, I'll put up the recipes because I said them a bit fast as well, the ingredients, but I'll put up the recipes if you guys want. But as you can remember, the fudge was really simple. It was like 3 ingredients, and the chocolate brownie is super simple too. It only has a few ingredients too. Okay? Okay, enjoy! Have a good Sunday!